Welcome to the 3026 Breakdown. My name is Jon Lee, and today I have a question for every Anthony Pettis fan out there. What's up with your mans? So far, in the lead up to UFC 206 in Toronto, Pretty Tony Pettis has done the following. First, your mans came out here and gave a bunch of schizophrenic quotes about how he's going to be a two-division champion. Then in the next breath, he was talking about wanting to quit. And then he was talking about Holloway stealing his style, which makes no sense because Pettis is an out fighter who likes to kick, and Holloway is a pressure fighter who likes to punch. What? What's up with your mans? Number two. He looked super unhealthy this whole week, despite tons of Twitter experts saying his cut looks good. Look, I'm not a weight cut expert. I'm not any sort of weight management expert. I was a personal trainer years and years and years ago, but I don't know shit about that life. But what I do know is he looked terrible, and there were people on Twitter, whether they were willfully ignorant or whether they're just big Pettis fans, talking about how he looked good, to the point where they put pictures up. Some jabroni put a picture on Twitter that was like, look at Pettis' cut versus the Oliveira fight, and now. And it literally looked like the same dude. He did not look healthy this whole week. He looked emaciated, skinny, drained out. Then Anthony Pettis gets on The Embedded, which I know was probably recorded a couple weeks ago, yada, 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 but he's eating a steak soaked in butter. If you go back a few weeks, he was eating another steak with a fried egg on it, and his dude bro weight cut manager, who looks like he should be managing a GNC and not even one that makes money, an unsuccessful GNC, is like, oh, it's cool, bro, just skip the fries, your weight's good. What's up with your mans? 4, and this one I can't blame him for, but I mean, Pettis' cars have been vandalized twice in the last month. His wallet was stolen out of his car. It seems like there's some real resentment or beef with someone in Milwaukee, which is weird because I thought he repped Milwaukee on his back, and constantly shouted it out. He has a sports bar there. I thought he was beloved by the community, but that's weird, man. And he's got small kids, having your cars lit on fire or whatever. And I know it was like a 13-year-old who was doing it. That's still scary. You're thinking about the safety of your family. You're feeling as if you have to justify living in Milwaukee. I saw some quotes from him about how he's never going to leave Milwaukee, which, great, but that doesn't help your mental state going into what is the biggest fight of your life when you're 1-3 in your last 4 fights and you somehow backed into this title fight. And lastly, today at the weigh-ins, Anthony Pettis weighed in at 148 pounds and gave some quotes that said he basically gave up. His body gave out. He couldn't lose any more weight, which is usually what's said by guys who quit their weight cut. So all of this is not looking good. It looks like Anthony Pettis is in a pretty bad place mentally and physically. And let me tell you, a fight over 5 rounds with Max Holloway is not the place to get your mind right. Leading me to ask one and only one question. What's up with your mans?